for my reference. Yeah. So the topic which I'm choosing is, which I'm going to take today is trigonometry. It's one of the basic first topics of basic maths which we learn, assuming that the students are aware about linear equations in two variables, how to solve them. They are aware about trigonometry. But again, that thing is not required in today's session. So this will be a at ease session with all of us, right? So just a second, I'll disable the waiting room, okay? So anybody who is aware about what is trigonometry? Pratham, are you aware about trigonometry? Have
No,
you ever
sir.
heard of it?
I have heard of it.
Huh. So yes, Pratham, have you heard of trigonometry?
Yes, sir. I
What is it?
have. I don't know what it is, but
Okay. Soumya, have you ever heard of trigonometry? Soumya?
Yes, sir. My friend told me, but I don't know what exactly it is.
Okay, Shaurya?
No, sir.
No? Okay. All of you know what is a triangle?
Yes.
Hai. So, and triangles and angles. All of you are aware of it, the sides and angles of a triangle?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So trigonometry is studying the relation of angles and sides of a triangle. This is what is trigonometry. Okay. Now, what happens here is, before I start teaching you trigonometry, I will be introducing you to some alphabets of some Greek alphabets. Now, why these Greek alphabets? Because we know we will be requiring some different symbols to learn trigonometry. Symbols matlab, every time I cannot use alphabets of English language. So I need some standard symbols, right? So that is why I am using this Greek alphabets. I'll be mentioning it and it's easy to remember and learn. This is called as alpha, this is beta, this is gamma, this is delta, this is theta, this is phi, and this is xi. So that's it. So 7 alphabets I'm introducing you here. This is called as alpha. This is called as alpha. This is called as beta. This is gamma. This is delta. This is theta. This is phi. And this is xi. It sounds good. Rhyming है इसमें? All of you.
Yes, sir.
है ना? तो देखो बहुत आराम से पढ़ो बच्चों. इसको don't take it with very. I'll not be making it very heavy for you. It's just an information thing. So abhi tak any doubts you have? Soumya, Thakkar, Pratham, Shaurya, I will rename you, right? You are Shaurya, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure. And Aradhya, please switch on your camera.
Yes, sir.
So these are the Greek alphabets which we need to remember. Now, as I said, trigonometry is studying the relation of angles and sides of a triangle. The thing is, which triangle we will start with? So we will be starting with a right angle triangle. All of you, please pay attention. This is the right angle triangle which we have. Okay. Now, and I am very much sure that you are aware about what is a right angle triangle. So one of the angles will be 90 degrees in it, right? So this is, say, base AB. This is BC is the height. So this is perpendicular or height. We can call it as perpendicular to the base and we'll name it as P. AB is the base and this is B, and AC is the hypotenuse. We call it as capital H. Okay. Now, I'm taking this angle as theta. I take this angle as theta. Okay. So now I'm introducing certain trigonometric functions to all of you. I'm introducing several trigonometric functions to all of you. Now, do you guys know what is a function? All of you, do you know what is a function? Soumya, what do you understand by a function?
A method of doing something.
Very good. What did you, please repeat?
A method of doing something.
A method of doing something. Very good, right? For example, when you switch on, when you press the button of volume in a TV remote, what does it function? What does it do?
Function.
Actually, it increases or decreases the volume, right? Sure? Yes or no? Very good. So, Aradhya, you understood? What is a function?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now, in maths, what is a function? Suppose, all of you, have you ever seen this type of thing? Y is equal to x square. Have you seen this? All of you. Soumya, Shaurya, Aradhya.
Yes.
All of you have seen it, right?
Yes.
So these two are variables because they keep on changing their value. But x is a independent variable because when we put the value of x, we get the value of y. Yes or no?
Yes.
Sure, you know square. You know this or not? Second degree.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And y is a dependent variable. Aradhi, you are in which standard?
Sir, 8th.
8th. Okay. So all of you are aware about this. So this is a dependent variable. This is an independent variable. And
Yes,
we
sir.
call this as, and we call y dependent variable to hai, but we call y as a function of x. Because when we give input to x, we get the value of y. For example, we call the volume of TV as a function of pressing the button on remote. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that is how we see here also. Suppose y is now dependent on, say, x square and t cube. So these are two independent variables now. Okay. But y again remains a dependent variable. So y is a function of x and t. Y is a function of x and
T.
how do we write it? So we indicate y as a function of x as y as fx. Is it necessary that we denote it by fx only? No. We can write it like this also. Y is a function of x comma t. You can write phi, or you can write g, or you can write r, anything you can write here. क्या पढ़ेंगे इसको? Y is a function of x and t. The independent variables are written inside the bracket, and the dependent variable is on the left hand side of the expression.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Aradhya, bolo.
Yes, sir. In this thing, the function is denoted by f, and independent is put in bracket only.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sure, you understood or not? Acha. Soumya, tell me
Yes, sir.
if I write it, all of you, tell me this one, x cube plus t square plus z. So how many independent variables are there? I'll just name you, and okay, all of you type your answers in the comment section. How many independent variables are there? You can type in the chat window and direct it to me only. I'll direct it to host and co-host. Chalo likho. How many independent variables? Very good, Pratham. I'm waiting for all your answers. Shaurya, Aradhya. Very good, Shaurya. Very good, Soumya. Aradhya, I'm waiting for your answers. So how many variables? Aradhya? Independent variables. Exactly. Very good. Now, how can we write this as in this notation, in this type? if I want to write y in terms of this format, so we have three independent variables, and those are x, t, and z, right? So if I want to write y, show it as like this, we can show it as y, x, t, z. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is how we write functions. Now there are 6 trigonometric functions which we will be discussing. All of you, please pay 100% attendance here. Okay. So we have sine theta. This is the first function, sine. There are 6 functions. One is sine. In short, we write it as sine. This is cosine. In short, we write it as cos. Then there is tangent. In short, we write it as tan. Then there is cosecant. We call it as cosec. And this cosec is 1 upon sine only. Okay. Then there is secant. We write it in short, we write it as sec. This is 1 upon cos. And the last one is cotangent. We call it as cot. And this is inverse of tan. So the last 3 are inverse of the first 3, right? Inverse matlab 1 upon. Okay. And in short, they are written. Don't read this as sin. You will be committing a sin. So it is sine only, right? So sine and cos and tan and cosec and sec and cot. Any confusion, any clarity you want in this?
No, sir.
Sir, can I write this?
No. I'll give you time to write. Wait.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Focus here. Focus on learning. Okay. So what is sine theta? Now, how these functions are given, right? So sine theta. Sine theta is perpendicular P upon hypotenuse H. Cos theta is given as cos of the angle. This is the angle of the triangle, right? We are mentioning it by theta here. So cos of theta is base upon hypotenuse H. Tan is sine upon cos. So tan theta is sine theta upon cos theta. If we do it here, it's P upon H upon B upon H. HH cancels out. We are left with P upon base. Clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then comes cosec theta. It's 1 upon sine theta. So this becomes H upon P. Then comes sec theta. It's 1 upon cos theta. It's H upon B. And the last one is cotangent, cot theta, which is 1 upon tan. And that is what? Base upon perpendicular. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is sine, cos, tan. This is how they are given. Now, do you have any doubts in this? See, this is just an information. I'm just into this. English, we know alphabets of English, and then we make statements and words and write. So here,
Till now, no doubt.
Sorry?
Till now, no doubt.
Yeah. Now you can note down. If you don't have any queries or doubts, please note it. And please keep your camera switched on. Please be quick, be quick.
Sir, I have noted.
If you have noted it, I am just putting a poll here. Just answer that poll, okay? Once you note it, just answer it. नहीं, ठीक है. चलो, 3 out of 4 are done. The fourth one. Dhriti, you are in which standard, Dhriti? So nothing much. The same, the information which is here, you can take a screenshot of it.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo. So let's move ahead. I hope all of you are done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what is, these are what are the 6 primary functions of trigonometry. Okay. Now I'm introducing you to the standard angles in each quadrant of trigonometry, in each quadrant of the trigonometry. So have you guys seen this X and Y axis? All of you 7 standard kids. Do you know
Yes.
about X and Y axis?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now we have, this is Y axis, this is X axis, right? This is the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is third. And this is fourth quadrant, right?
Yes.
Here are some reference angles for these quadrants. Every quadrant is between a reference angle, right? So first quadrant is between 0 and 90 degrees. Second quadrant is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. And the third quadrant is between 180 and 270 degrees. And the fourth quadrant is between 270 and 360 degrees. I hope all of you understood what are the reference angles now. These are reference angles of every quadrant, right? So I'm writing REF as reference angles. Okay. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, I want a yes or no from each one of you. Please say yes or no, huh? Everyone. Whenever I say yes or no, so either you have to say yes or you have to say no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, all the angles, pay attention, huh? I'm giving you something very important. All the angles between 0 and 90, sine, cos, and tan, all are positive in the first quadrant. So all the angles have their values, all the trigonometric values positive in the first quadrant. All the angles have their values, trigonometric values positive in the first quadrant. So all are positive, right? Sine of any angle between 0 and 90 is positive. Sine of any angle, cos of any angle between 0 and 90 is positive. Tan of any angle between 0 and 90 is positive. And of course, cosec, sec, and tan, cot, because they are inverse of sine, cos, and tan, they are positive. फिर से बोलता हूं. I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write it here. Sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, and cot of all the angles between 0 degrees and 90 degrees are positive in the first quadrant. ठीक है? Any challenge here? Anything which you have not understood here?
No, sir.
All of you, I'm asking all of you, not from only one student. I'm asking all of you.
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Now the same thing. In the second quadrant, only sine and cosec. If sine is positive, cosec will be positive. Only sine and cosec of all the angles is positive in the second quadrant. Only sine and cosec of all the angles. That means rest of the values will be negative. Cos will be negative, tan will be negative, cot will be negative, and sec will be negative. Right? I hope all of you
Excuse me,
understood
sir.
this. Sorry?
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ पूछो.
Sir, here all the angles are denoted with the theta only.
You can denote it by theta, by phi, by xi, by alpha, by beta. Any angle you can denote. Any symbol you can choose.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Now in the third quadrant, only tan and cot, because tan and cot are inverse of each other, are positive in the third quadrant. Are positive in the third quadrant. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
सौम्या, शौर्य, समझ आ रहा है बेटा?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Only cos and sec of all the angles are positive in the fourth quadrant. That means rest of them are negative. ठीक है? That means rest of them are negative. Understood? All of you, just take a deep
Yes,
breath.
sir.
Try to remember this statement. These is the values, right? So I'm mentioning it here with symbols also. So I'm mentioning it here. Here all is positive. Here only sine is positive. Here only tan is positive. If tan is positive, cot will be positive. If sine is positive, cosec will be positive. And here only cos is positive. Right? So all sine, tan, cos. So remember this acronym ASTC starting from the first quadrant. Right? ASTC. All sine, tan, cos. All sine, tan, cos. ठीक? I hope this is clear to all of you. Note it, make a note of it. Please be quick. Again, I am launching the poll. Dhriti, I hope you understood.
Yes, yes. So,
And once you have noted, please answer the polls, all of you.
so what exactly is the pole?
Sorry,
What exactly is the pole?
whether you have
Pole.
noted the content or not. The board, you have noted the board or not.
Okay.
Dhriti, Pratham, Shaurya, Soumya, Aradhya. Aradhya. Noted all of you?
Yes, sir.
One of you have not voted.
Yes, sir.
All of you have voted. Very good. So let's move ahead now. Now, there are some standard angles in every quadrant, right? So we have introduced reference angles. We have introduced the positive values of all the functions. Which one of them are positive, which one of them are negative in respective quadrants. Now I'm introducing some standard angles. So standard angles of, so I'm introducing now standard angles, okay? Standard angles of first quadrant are 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 and 90 degrees. ठीक है? You can take 90 to the second quadrant also. It hardly matters, but 0, 35, 0, 30, 45 and 60. मैं 90 को भी यहीं लिख देता हूं, चलेगा. ठीक है? And I am writing the values of these angles here. Sine of 0. अच्छा नहीं, इसको we will make a table, so don't worry. So these are the standard angles of first quadrant, right? Standard angles of first quadrant. Okay. Now comes standard angles of second quadrant. So how will we get that? Get those angles? What you do is, the question is how to get the standard angles in the second, third, and fourth quadrant. Standard angles not in, of the. Okay? Please pay attention. How to get the standard angles of the second, third, and fourth quadrant. So what you do here is add or subtract the standard angles of the first quadrant to the reference angles. By the time now you are aware that what are the reference angles, right? So add or subtract the standard angles of the first quadrant to the reference angles of the first quadrant. Sorry, of the respective quadrants. Whatever, in whichever quadrant you want to find the reference angles, standard angles. Very good, Dhriti, you are aware of it. Shabash. So I am assuming that none of you are aware about anything. So that's how we are moving it, right? I'll tell you the other ones also. You learn it, don't worry. So add or subtract the standard angles of the first quadrant to the reference angles of the respective quadrants. Not angles, respective quadrants. So how do we get the reference angle of the, standard angles of the second quadrant? So how do we get it? It's very simple now. 90 degrees and 180 degrees are the reference angle of second quadrant, right? So I add 30 to 90 degrees. I get 120 degrees. So this is the standard angle. Or I subtract from 180 degree, I subtract 60 degrees. I get 180 degree. Similarly, to 90 degree, I add 45 degrees. I get 135 degrees. This is the second standard angle. Similarly, I subtract 45 from 180. Then I add 60 to 90 degrees. And this is 180 minus 30. Right? That's it. So these three angles are the standard angles of the second quadrant. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no? I want a yes or no. Please
Yes, sir.
yes or no or say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Pratham, Shaurya, Aradhya, Dhriti, Soumya.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want
Yes,
all of
sir.
you to find the standard angles of third and fourth quadrant. I want all of you to write the standard angles of third and fourth quadrant and copy the standard angles, the rest of the notes. Okay. Once you are done, just type, answer the poll again. Once you have noted it, and write your respective answers of third and fourth quadrant standard angles in the comment section. Please do it. Riti, please switch on your camera, beta. Good. Great. You are in which standard, Dhriti?
9th.
9. Shabash.
IG board. Sir.
Very good. Very good. So that's why you are aware of all those angles. है ना?
Yeah.
You have been taught. So, but you will learn about second, third, and fourth quadrant also. That this is not there in the 9th standard syllabus of IG board, है ना?
The values of tan and cos of 0, 30, 40, 60, 90 is also there for us.
But tan is there, na? Not in the second and third quadrant and fourth
Yeah.
angles. Those are not there. So that is what you will learn today.
Yeah.
Great. So please write the standard angles now. Great. Okay, Dhriti, you want me to re-explain it?
Yeah.
Okay. What you need to do, Dhriti, simply you have to, these are the standard angles of the first quadrant, right? So take only these ones because,
Okay.
okay. And now add or subtract these angles to the reference angles of the respective quadrants. So in the second quadrant, I added 90 to these angles and subtracted these angles from 180 degrees to get the standard angles.
Okay.
So for the third quadrant, you will add 180 to these angles or subtract these angles from 270 degree to get the reference angles of the third quadrant.
Okay.
Okay, please do it. सौम्य हो गया बेटा?
Yes, sir.
और शौर्य का हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? शौर्य को समझ आया कि नहीं? शौर्य, गुड. आराध्य, वेरी गुड.
होने वाला है सर, कर रहा हूँ.
करो करो, शाबाश शाबाश. हाँ भाई, rest of you, I am waiting for all of you to do it. So Pratham, well done. Rest of you, answers. Okay, I'm writing the answers. Please check whether it is correct for all of you or not. So here it's 180 degrees plus 30 degrees. It is 210 degrees. This can be written as 270 minus 60 degrees. Okay. Then comes 180 plus 45 is 225 degrees. It is 270 degrees minus 45 degrees. And the last one is 180 degrees plus 60 degrees. This is 240 degrees is equal to 270 minus 60. And this is it, right? Sorry, minus 30, my bad. So these are the standard angles of the second quadrant. Sorry, third quadrant. All of you understood this or not?
Yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent. All of you, right? Those of you who have not mentioned their answers, very good. About fourth quadrant, we will do it as 270 plus 30, 300. And this is also 360 minus 60. Then comes 270 plus 45. This is 300. Sorry. This is 315. This is 360 minus 45. Then comes 270 plus 60. This is 330. And this is 360 minus 30. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any challenge, any doubts if you have? Kids,
No, sir.
I'm giving you 1 minute, all of you, to write it quickly. Only 1 minute, huh? Okay, great. So 1 minute done. Now, all of you done with it? Say yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
Shabash. Shौर्य समझ आ रहा है
Yes,
बेटा?
sir.
Yes, sir.
शौर्य, सौम्या.
Yes, sir.
Good, 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 good. Shabash. So now we have, now I'm giving you a chart of the values of sine, cos, and tan of all these angles, right? How many angles are here? 3. So
60.
12 standard angles and 5 reference angles, right? So 12 plus 5 is 17. Okay. So the first one is for trigonometric angle. Second one is for 0 degrees. Then 30, 45.
This is the same table which I told you.
Yeah, but now all the angles will be included here. Okay. Shall I include all the table, all the angles or not? No, we will not do it. I'll keep it simple. So 1, 2, 0, 30, 45, 60, 90. Then comes 180. Then comes 270. Then it is 360. Okay. So first we will be writing the standard values of, sorry, the values of sine, cos, tan, and cosec and sec and cot for all the angles of first quadrant, standard angles of first quadrant, and standard angles of and reference angle of all and all the reference angles, right? So this is sine, cos, tan. This is cosecant. This is secant. And this is cot. Now pay attention, all of you. I'm making this table, and the thing is you have to memorize this table, right? So these are trigonometrical functions which I'll be mentioning here. These are the angles which I'm mentioning here: 0, 0, 30 degrees, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270, 360. And again, these are the functions I'm mentioning here. I'll be mentioning here, right? This is sine, this is cos, this is tan, this is cosec, this is sec, this is cot, and the last one is again the functions here, right? And these are 0 degrees, 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270, 360. And these are the functions which I'll be mentioning here, right? Again, the functions are sine, cos, tan, cosec. If you remember the first three, the rest will follow, right? But for the sake of making a nice table, I'm writing it for you. Very good. So sine of 0 is, very good, Dhriti. Sine of 0 is 0. Sine of 30 degrees is 1 by 2. Sine of 40 degrees is 1 by root 2. Sine of 60 degrees is root 3 by 2. All of you know about roots and all?
Yeah.
All of you are aware of root and all? Soumya, you know what is root?
Yes.
Okay, sine 91, sine 180, 0. Sine 270, -1, sine 360, 0. Cos 0, 1.
Sir, how the value these values came?
We need not have to be worried about it. Okay? That is why I told you that you have to memorize the table, because these are standard values. The rest of them, how they will come? They will come on based on these values. ठीक है बेटा? आराध्य?
Okay, sir.
हमें उससे मतलब नहीं है. क्यों मतलब नहीं है? उसका रीजन है, हम जब इसको सॉल्व कर, ये मैथ्स का एक बहुत बड़ा चैप्टर है, ठीक है? हमको अभी इस लेवल पे फिजिक्स के पर्सपेक्टिव में मैथ्स पढ़ना है. तो पहले हम ये स्टैंडर्ड एंगल्स को याद करेंगे, ये जो बेसिक है टेबल, इसके बेसिस पे बाकी सारे निकाले जा सकते हैं. ठीक है? तो वी आर प्रोसेसिंग एन इंफॉर्मेशन, दैट्स इट. सो cos of 45 is again 1 by root 2. This is 1 by 2. Cos 90, 0. Cos 180, -1. Cos 270, 0. This is 1 again. This will be 0. This will be 1 by root 3. This is 1. This is root 3. This is not defined. Anything, any fraction, if it is q is equal to 0, then p by q is not defined, right? So here it's not defined. क्या बोल रहे हो? हाँ ठीक है, शाबाश. So tan 180 is 0. Tan 270 is not defined again. Tan 360 is 0 again. Cosec में inverse of sine. You know what is cosec? It's 1 upon sine. So this is not defined. This is 2. This is root 2. This is 2 by root 3. It's simple now. First you remember the first ones. Then it's simple, right? Cosec 90 is 1. Cosec 180 is not defined again. This is -1. This is not defined again. What about sec? It's 1, 2 over root 3, root 2, 2, not defined, -1, not defined, 1. Cot, it's not defined, root 3, 1, 1 over root 3, 0, not defined, 0, not defined. Please write it. The most important thing is you need to remember these values. Or I'll just mention the part of the table which you need to remember. That will be much more precise for all of you. This much is what you need to remember. The rest will follow. Okay? Now, with this, I am also writing an important statement. The values of sine and cos of all the angles between 0 and 360 degrees will lie in between -1 and 1. Please remember this. It will be easier for you to remember these values then. The values of sine and cos of all the angles between 0 and 360 degrees will lie in between -1 and 1. That's it. So you can see here, all the values of sine and cos are between -1 and 1. So minimum value of sine of all the angles is -1. Maximum value of sine of all the angles is +1. No worries, sure. Don't worry about it. Please copy this. Note it. And once you have noted, answer the poll.
We're done.
So only 3 of you are done. Please
So
be.
done.
Okay, great. So one more is left. Who is left? Okay, all of you are done. Shabash. So now let's learn something new. This will be new for all of you, right? The values of sine, cos, and tan of standard angles. Obviously, we can find cosec, second, cot after that. For all the standard angles of second, third, and fourth quadrant. Okay. Before I move ahead, I'll just write this rule. The first statement is write the angles. These are the steps, right? How to find the sine, cos, and tan of all the angles in second, third, and fourth quadrant. Right? So write the angles as a sum of a reference angle and a standard angle of the first quadrant. Because that is how they were made, right? That is how we wrote the standard angles of second, third, and fourth quadrant. So this is the first statement. Second is, if it says if the reference angle is an even multiple of 90 degrees. Okay? Then sine remains sine and cos remains cos and cos remains cos of the standard angle of the first quadrant. I'll explain you. Don't worry about it, right? You can note it while I'm typing it, but I'll explain each and every step. So if the reference angle is an odd multiple of 90 degrees, then sine becomes cos. इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, sine of the angle remains sine and cos of the angle remains cos of the standard angle. And here also sine of the angle becomes cos and cos of the angle becomes sine of the standard angle in the first quadrant. ठीक है? The fourth one is add the appropriate sign that is positive or negative in front of or before the final values or before the values considering the quadrants. Now, what does it indicate? These are the steps to write. See, it's very important. Please pay attention. This is very new for all of you. So don't get overwhelmed by this. It's very simple to follow. I'll just show you how simple it is. Now, all of you, please do it with me. Okay. Okay. Please help me in doing this. Aaja. Let's say second quadrant. Let's take an angle of second quadrant. Okay. Let's take an angle of third quadrant. All of us, we will do it together. And let's take an angle of fourth quadrant. Now, second quadrant का angle लेते हैं 120 degrees. चलेगा सबको? Okay? Say yes or no. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can I write? I want to find what is sine of 120 degree. Now, can I write this sine of 120 degree as 90 plus 30 degrees? The first step. As a sum और इसमें एक और चीज ऐड कर लो, sum और difference. Sum of or difference between a reference angle ठीक है. So 90 plus 30, and we can also write it as sine of 180 degrees plus 30 degrees. Yes or no?
180 degree minus 30 degree.
Sorry, 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Similarly, if I ask you to find cos of 135 degrees, pay attention. We can write it as cos of 90 plus 45 degrees. Right? And cos of 180 minus 45 degrees. Yes or no? All of you.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Any doubts in this? Anybody is having any doubts in this? Indu, do you have any doubts in this? Aradhya? Shaurya? Sorry. Dhriti, do you have any doubts, beta?
Oh,
Soumya?
sir.
No, sir.
Soumya, Shaurya?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Great. Now, let's see the second part of it. If the reference angle is an even multiple of 90, so can I say that this reference angle, these reference angles are even multiple of 90? How do I say
Yes.
that? 180 is 90 into 2. So even multiple. 270 is 90 into 3.
3.
Odd multiple. And what about the last one? 360 degrees? It's 90 into 4. Again in even multiple, right? And of course, 90 is what? 90 into 1 and odd multiple. I hope this is clear to all of you, right?
Yes, sir.
So the second rule says, if the reference angle is an even multiple of 90 degrees, then the sine of the angle remains sine and cos of the angle remains cos. So यहाँ तक को पहले लिख लेते हैं. So sine remains sine and cos remains cos. Of what? Cos किसका? Sine किसका? तो of the standard angle of the first quadrant. तो किसका कौन सा एंगल था फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट का? 60 and 45. Yes or no? So it becomes this. Clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
Now what is sine 60? Go back to the table. Let's check. What is sine 60? It's root 3 by 2. What is cos 60? Sorry, cos 30. Root 3 by 2. Right? So here it is 45. So what is cos 45? It's 1 by root 2. Right? So we'll put sine 60 as root 3 by 2 as we checked it from the table, and this is 1 by root 2. Now, done with this part, all of you?
Yes.
Now add the appropriate sign before the values considering the quadrants. So this angle lies in which quadrant? All of you? Second quadrant, right? In second quadrant, sign of all the angles are positive. Say yes or no, kids, please.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So can I put positive sign here?
Yes.
Sign is positive, right? Now what about the last one? Cos is negative or positive? Dhriti, cos is positive or negative in the second quadrant? Soumya?
Positive.
Cos.
Negative.
Negative, right? Cos is negative. So I'll put a minus sign here. I hope this is clear to all of you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's do it for the third rule. Let's follow the third rule. This is an odd multiple of 90. So it says, then sine of the angle becomes cos and cos of the angle becomes sine. So this will become cos and this will become sine.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, in this sign option, in this sign, row number 3, 180 minus 60 is equal to sine. Sir, we have put it the sign plus, sir. Why? Sir, because there is the sign of minus 60.
नहीं. Because sine 120, this angle lies in which quadrant?
Second quadrant.
Second. In second quadrant, sine of all the angles are positive. See?
Okay, sir.
That's why we wrote it as positive. Understood?
Okay, sir.
And cos of all the angles is, this angle lies in the second quadrant. And so cos of all the angles is negative. That's why we have put a
Okay,
negative
sir.
sign. ठीक है? So now doing the third part of it. So sine of 90 plus 30 will become cos 30. And cos of 90 plus 45 will become sine 45, following the third rule. Now again, cos is negative in the second quadrant. So we will put a minus. This is a minus sign, minus 1 by root 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this becomes root 3 by 2 since sine is positive in the second quadrant. So it is positive only. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubts regarding any of the rules, please ask now.
Then no doubt.
Good. Now I'm giving you 2 exercises to do just now for this session only, and the remaining will be homework for all of you, right? So, chalo. Third quadrant. Find sine of 210 degrees and cos of 240 degrees. Right? For fourth quadrant, find sine of 330 degrees and cos of 300 degrees. All of you, please find it quickly. I am giving you 5. You have 5 minutes to go. 5 वैसे बहुत ज़्यादा है. You have 2 minutes to go. Do it quickly. And post your answers in the comment section. एक noted किसने लिखा? Yes किसने लिख दिया? Solve कर लिया तुमने जिसने लिखा है yes? Who wrote yes? Find the values first and then type yes. Okay, then opt for the poll. If you have done with finding the answers of third quadrant sine 210, 240, please write the answers also. सौम्या साइन ऑफ 30 डिग्रीज 1/2 बेटा, 0 नहीं है। चेक करो, टेबल में चेक करो ठीक से। पहले
यस
देखो
सर,
टेबल।
सॉरी सर।
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, गलती तुमसे होगी, चिंता मत करो। ठीक है, देखो साइन ऑफ 30 इज 1/2। चलो, I'll write the answers here. All of you, please pay attention. Sine 210 degrees. So this is sine of, I'm writing it as sine of 180 plus 30. So since this is even multiple of 180, even multiple of 180, sorry, even multiple of 90. So sine remains sine. The second rule I am following here, right? And this angle lies in the third quadrant. So this will be negative. So the value of this will be minus 1/2. All of you, please check if you got the right answer or not. This becomes cos, I'll write as odd multiple. So cos
What if I
270
wrote it in
minus,
point minus 0.5?
yeah, you can write.
Both are the same only, minus 0.5
Obviously,
only.
yeah. Cos 270 minus 30. This is odd multiple. Sorry, this is odd multiple. So cos will become sine of the angle, right? But this angle lies in the third quadrant. So cos is negative in the third quadrant. So this will be minus, right? So this is again minus 1/2. I hope all of you understood this. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The fourth one. This is sine. I'll write it as 270 plus 60. It's an odd multiple of 90. This is odd multiple of 90. So sine becomes cos. And in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative, right? So this will be minus. Cos 60 is good. Look at the table. It's minus 1/2 now. Cos 300, I'll write it as even multiple. So 360 minus 60. Okay. So this is what? Sine hoga, nahi hoga. It will be cos 60 only. And since it is positive, so it will be positive. So the answer is 1/2. I hope all of you got it correct. Yes or no?
Yes.
शाबाश, शाबाश। शौर्य को मिला कि नहीं मिला बेटा? शौर्य सब सही था? कोई गड़बड़ समझ आया आपको? क्या गलत हुआ आपसे? शाबाश। Those of you who want to make a note of it, please take a screenshot of this. Because now I'm running late for the next class. So you can take a screenshot. And now what I want, the homework from all of you, please send it to my personal number, okay, in the WhatsApp number. Find sine and cos of and tan of all the angles here. In the second, third, and fourth quadrant, all these angles, right? Sine, cos, and tan of all the angles in the second quadrant. My number, I'm posting it in the comment section. This is my number, 9574. No, not this number. Send it to this number, 773-874-5373. This is my WhatsApp number. You can DM me.
Sir, can you repeat the number?
I have sent it in the chat window.
Okay. 773874537.
This is my WhatsApp number. If you want to call me and discuss something, this is 957-437-5555. You can call me at this number. Okay? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, my dear kids, how was the session today?
Sir,
Sir,
good.
nice.
Good? Enjoyed learning
Yes.
it? Learned something new today?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Was it easy peasy for you? Easy tha? Dhiti, was it easy? Hannah, learning it for the first time, and if this is easy for you, Pratham,
Yeah.
did you like it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Very good, very good. Shaurya, you enjoyed the session or not?
Yeah.
So this is how we learn across the foundation program, right? I'll be breaking all the things, tearing it to the simplest format to learn. Okay? Believe me, physics, basic maths and physics, they go hand in hand. And once you know basic maths, physics is very easy thing for you. Okay? So my all the best to all of you for all your future endeavors. right? Good, take good care of you. All the best for your final exams of your respective standards. Okay, all of you will be having your exams right now, right? Next
No,
month?
sir, in March month.
In March. Okay. Dhriti, about you? February?
April.
April. Oh, wow. So
I
all
have
the
a question.
yeah, please go ahead.
I am in 9th IG and I'll be choosing medical afterwards. So will this help me right now?
Right now in 9th standard, you are in 9th standard, and what chapters you have?
Well, math, I have algebra, numbers, geometry, algebra 2, mensuration, trigonometry 1, trigonometry
Trigonometry, whatever
2,
is required, you
algebra.
already know that. For 9th standard, whatever is there in your
Huh.
syllabus, you already are aware of it. We are just learning a little bit of extra thing because we want to learn physics of 11th grade level, right? I'll be starting from the
Okay.
very beginning, very zero level, right? As if you know nothing about it. The way I started trigonometry today. So I started from triangle, right? A right angle triangle. So that is how we start. We groom it to a very decent level. Okay. So that you are able to now solve problems based on 11th and 12th standard physics. Okay. So, but again, it will take some time. Of course, it will take some time. But again, it's fun. If you have learned, if you have enjoyed today's session, this is how the sessions are. Okay. So thank you
I
so much,
have
kids.
David Reiner book for IG.
Sorry.
We have David Reiner book for IG, maths book.
Okay.
And all of the sessions are going to be online.
Online only, live online.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll be interacting with me like this only. Every session.
सर ये फाउंडेशन का पूरा कोर्स आप ही लेंगे ना, आप ही पढ़ाएंगे ना?
मैम मैं ही पढ़ाता हूँ। एक और सर हैं, पर वो बैकअप सेशंस लेते हैं सारे। देवांश सर नाम है उनका। ठीक
और
है।
ये सेशन अभी हमने लिया, उसका रिकॉर्डिंग मिल सकता है हमें व्हाट्सएप?
आज का?
हाँ, आज का।
मैं राकेश जी को बोलता हूँ मैम, वो प्रोवाइड करवा देंगे।
अच्छा, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. So thank you so much, kids. God bless you. Have a good night and enjoy. Namaskar.
नमस्ते।
So what is my main focus is science. So your main focus will be maths or science.
Obviously, maths and physics only.
Okay.
Bye. Take care.